Now, we're used to seeing her in the swivel chair. But this morning, Kimberley is joining us with her Girls Aloud bandmate, Nicola Roberts, to talk about a challenge they're taking on to remember Sarah Harding, who died from breast cancer last year at the age of 39. Hello, Kimber. Morning, Nicola.
Morning.
Hey. Good morning.
It's funny speaking to you on Zoom, Kimber. It's a strange experience.
I
wanted to look over there and then you were there. It was a really odd feeling. It's fair to say that when it comes to Sarah, you've never really stopped talking about her. You bring her up a lot, don't you?
Do you know what, Gus? I think I said to you the last time I saw you, it still feels quite raw to us. Like, it has been almost a year in September, but it still feels like a huge shock and something that we're still kind of dealing with on a daily basis.
And what about you, Nicola, almost a year on?
I think just to kind of mirror what Kimberley said, really, it's the shock and it's how far-fetched it actually feels. Like, we're always constantly seeing images of ourselves as a 5, and like we all have discs on the wall and pictures on the wall of 5 people in the pictures, and when you know that now there's only 4 people, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible for her own personal friends and family, her poor mother. Like, it's horrible for us. It's just not a nice reality for us to be in at all.
Yeah, there's so many of those photos as well. They're everywhere, aren't they? Because Girls Aloud was such a big success. Yeah.
I mean, so incredibly tough for everyone. But, Nicola, you're doing such a positive thing, aren't you, after this really sad situation? Tell us what you're doing on Sunday.
So, before Sarah passed away, we were having so many conversations with her about, what we could potentially do to raise as much money for cancer research as possible. And Sarah was so grateful. And so, every conversation we had with her was about her gratitude towards the team at the Christie Hospital who looked after her, the work that cancer research are doing. And so she really wanted to be able to give back. Sorry, my dog has a mind of his own.
Morning.
She really wanted to be able to give back. And so for us, it was about taking that baton on, and you have to go. Taking that baton on and being able to do that. And I think Sunday is a really nice opportunity for us to come together with many people who loved and supported Sarah throughout the last 20 years. And also, with the statistics of cancer now being 1 in 2, so many people are naturally touched by it, regardless of Sarah. So I think the Race for Life on Sunday in Hyde Park is going to be very emotional for us, for everybody there, but a really nice opportunity for us to come together, raise awareness, raise money, contribute towards that fight against breast cancer, and just, have her in our hearts for the day.
It's a great idea. It's 5K. You can run, you can walk. You don't even have to be in Hyde Park. You can do it wherever you are, remotely as well. Dr. Poonam, you're nodding away to this because raising awareness of cancer, breast cancer, is so important. Some wonderful work being done.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, it just says again, doesn't it? The message is check.
Absolutely, because early changes, the sooner you know to change and report it, the better it is. But how do you get to know what a change is? It's about getting to know what's normal for you. So I always say, men and women, I know that you and Rav, we've talked about it before, you guys check regularly, but I say pick a date in the month and set a reminder for that. I do it on the 1st. In front of a mirror or in the shower, whatever's comfortable for you. And with the flat of your hand, you want to be covering the whole breast tissue. You want to be going around, looking and feeling for any lumps, any skin rashes, any dimpling, puckering, never forgetting the nipple. And it's important to cover the whole breast tissue as well. I imagine it like a clock, so you know that you've never missed a spot. Go around, remembering the collarbones and into the armpits. And if you do notice any changes, get to your doctor as soon as possible. And also with mammograms, never miss a screening.
Yes. Through raising awareness, people can hopefully do that. And Kimberley, awareness, raising money, it's not just this Sunday, is it? You've got other events planned to do just that.
Yeah, we have. Excuse me. So leading up to Breast Cancer Awareness Month, obviously in October, we've got a few other things planned. We want to try and cover all bases, make sure the fans obviously feel part of this fundraising process. But we're also doing like an industry gala event to raise some funds for some really important research into women and men who obviously get breast cancer very young, under 40, just like Sarah did. And I think that was a massive wish and something that we spoke to her a lot about. So we're excited about that. Lots of fun plans happening. And we're just really trying to focus on that because, you know, when you are grieving, to feel like you're doing something constructive helps massively. So that's what we're doing, trying to put our effort into that.
Yeah, and you're so good, Kimber. You talk so honestly about grief because you know it's important for other people. Dr. Poonam, you talk about this all the time, bringing it up, and Kimber says different people have different ways of dealing with grief.
Absolutely.
It can come in waves, and
it does. It comes in waves, and I completely empathise as someone who's also lost a close friend. You know, grief, it's one of those things that at some point will affect all of us. It's universal, but it's also personal, and no two people react the same way, and there's no right or wrong way to grieve. But I have certainly time and time again seen commonalities in the way that people experience grief. So you can go through phases of initial denial to anger and the unfairness of it all. There's often a bargaining phase as well, where all the, you know, what-ifs questions come in. And then this can be followed by sadness and depression before an acceptance. But again, acceptance wavers as well. And every time you're triggered, it's important to reach out to your friends, those that were, you know, involved with the person that you've lost. You've got your GP, you've got lots of grief kind of charities as well, like the Good Grief Trust, Cruise Bereavement. So really just using everything and just sharing space, really.
lovely.
Yeah, really important. Yeah. Well, thank you both for coming on. Good luck on Sunday and with the rest of the events, and we'll be thinking of you and Sarah this week.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
See
you.
ya.